Today, I'm going to go ahead and give you a broad overview of AbbVie, and then we'll go in depth and look at the charts, and I'll give you my opinion on it. So, AbbVie is basically known for one drug, and that is Humira. They have exclusivity in the U.S. For Humira, and it generates, over 10 billion in sales annually. And The drama surrounding this is that the exclusivity in the U.S. actually expires in 2023 for AbbVie. So of course they're looking to diversify away from Humira, and they're trying to pour a lot into research and development. But they are also paying quite a bit out to shareholders, and they have been for some time, even before Humira had been discovered, right? So what's been in the news recently is the AbbVie Allergan merger. Okay, so AbbVie took out quite a bit of debt, and they call it a merger. Um, in reality, it's an acquisition. AbbVie bought Allergan, and they took out quite a bit of debt to do so. This scared investors, and there was a pretty big decline over the past year with AbbVie, even though the dividends have been strong. They've been increasing their dividends. Everything looks good from a dividend perspective, and they have absolute great cash flow. It's one of my favorite pharmaceutical companies. So AbbVie bought Allergan, and some of the reasons why are highlighted in some of these articles. They're just really just to diversify to because Allergan has many products that are nothing like Humira, but they're still pharmaceuticals. Um, and they know that they're, if they don't diversify, they don't get some new product lines out, then 2023 will basically become, their demise. However, I think that they have enough cash flow to pay down this debt. That's what a lot of people see. They can pay down this debt. They can do share buybacks to increase the stock price, because they have still another 4 years with Humira, with exclusivity to Humira. So they will get a bunch of cash from that, pay down the debt, and use the existing products from Allergan to increase cash flow after 2023. So a couple reasons why they bought Allergan, and I think it was a good acquisition. I think it was done properly. Yes, it did reduce the stock price, but I just see it as it's on sale right now. So Allergan had been relatively cheap. They're trying to diversify. They both the companies together had really impressive cash flow. Right here, I think it says, yeah, generated 19 billion in operating cash flow, and cash flow is king with any company really. If there's cash flow, then it's probably doing pretty good. And then there's another route that AbbVie is turning towards is Botox. It's a cosmetic, Botox. I'm not so sure about this plan. I don't like it because, insurance doesn't cover cosmetic surgeries. They don't cover Botox usually. So they're going to rely purely on out-of-pocket pay from patients. I'm not sure how good of a marketing plan this is. I think they should stick with, regular pharmaceutical drugs, not necessarily Botox. And the overall low risk with acquiring Allergan, basically just a way to diversify their portfolio at a low risk and a low cost. So yeah, I would not worry about how much debt they have. They did increase their debt quite a bit due to the acquisition, but I don't think it's a problem because they still have 4 years of exclusivity with Humira to pay down that debt, and I think they'll be fine. I think it was a good diversification plan. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you my holdings on it. I have, I think, 5 shares in Robinhood that I have quite a big gain on. Yes, 15%, $56. Um, so this is the 3-month chart, up 28% a year. So here it's down this year, right? And this is because of this merger. It was announced, about it in around June, and you see this big dip right here, and then it just keeps going down, and now it's going back up because they realized, the investors realized that well, they probably will be able to pay down the debt, and it probably was a good acquisition because it did diversify their drug product lines, right? So I have AbbVie in both. I have AbbVie in both portfolios. I have had AbbVie off and on for years now. It's my largest holding in my healthcare section, so I have 6 shares total to my name, and I just really like it. I think that it's a company that'll do well, and I'll go ahead and show you why I like it so much with the dividend scorecard and the financial charts. So they only have a payout ratio of about 50%. That's pretty good. I like it. I'd like 45 or 40% better for a healthcare company, but this puts plenty to pay down debt, to reinvest in the company, to reinvest in R&D. 50% I don't think is too much of a problem here. So their dividend growth is excellent. Here you go. It's perfect, and they increase it quite a bit. Growth rate of 20%. That's crazy. It goes from they increased it a whole dollar from 2016 to 2017, and almost a dollar from 2017 to 2018. So I think their dividend growth is outstanding, and I think that trend will continue. They're really trying to entice investors here. I think that just because their exclusivity with Humira is going to end in 3 or 4 years, um, uh, that's way in the future, and I think they have a lot of time to, keep diversifying, keep acquiring companies, paying down this debt, and I think they'll be fine after that date. Their dividend yield chart shows about the same thing. So around June was when, right here, it spikes above 6%. That was when they announced the merger. There's a 5-year forward-looking merger here, so they're going to be doing this process for 5 years. That's even after the Humira date. So yeah, so this has never been above. It's never been above 5% until this year, and it's never been above 6% until middle of this year. And I think that it's probably going to go down to about 4% or so. So I think I think that the stock price is going to increase quite a bit still. I think it has a long ways to go, and that's confirmed by this overall chart here. This is the 1-year chart. Back here, it was up at around $92 a share. Um, and that's where I'd expect it to be. I don't expect it to be, $10 cheaper where it is right now. I think it's going to go probably back up to around 90, and I think it's actually going to go up with this trend. I don't think it's going to go back down and then up. I think it's actually just going to go straight up to 92, 92 on this trend without even breaking a stride here. So to look at a rune, we have, big buy signal here. It goes up, touches the top, goes back up, keeps going. And then from our MACD, we also have a big buy signal. Right here, especially, it's above the green's above the red, and then it has a partial sell signal here. I wouldn't have sold because the rune didn't give me a clear signal, but um, it's still a strong buy for me, I think. It's not as high above the line. It's not as clear, but I like the look of it. I think it's going to keep going up, and I think it's going to keep going up on just this trend. Today it was down, so it might be a time to pick it up, tomorrow, the next day. It's instead of buying here, you buy it here, and you get all those gains, plus the gains to come later. So that's my take on AbbVie. It's one of my all-time favorite companies. I just have really only good things to say about it. I think they're doing good. I think management's doing good. I think um, doing all the right things because they know what's coming. They know that their exclusivity with Humira is going to end, that has a date. So they're trying to diversify, and these are just steps to diversify. And if investors don't like it and the stock price drops, well, that just means it's cheaper for everyone else. So hope you guys took something away from this. I'll see you guys in a couple days with a portfolio update. I've been putting money into both portfolios regularly, and I'm excited to show you guys what I've been buying. Take care.